Yeah, some people they do like the reverse yeah, like a calligraphy or some even the practicing paper or
I can't
that on the
can't
background,
hear.
and then do some
Can you hear me,
yeah.
Victoria? Because I can't hear you.
Good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, and do some things painting.
I can see that your mouth is moving, but I can't hear anything.
Just combine it, and also I think I want to show you some things. I think Susan Mary, yeah, you know the Xu Bin.
Yes, very much.
His calligraphy, and he just used the calligraphy. I mean, to play with some just a stroke, put them together. Not really the word or the characters, but you can tell. Looks like a Chinese calligraphy. Some strokes put together and the squarish some things, but not exactly recognizable the characters, and some they put he put it on the, I mean, it's like paper like painting like a thing. Show you something. See, yeah, this like a landscape painting. It's like a landscape painting thing, some lines. There are some like the tree or dragon wing, on the landscape, on the mountain thing. But actually, he used elements like the calligraphy strokes. It's like the characters, but they not exactly characters. There are some. Some maybe some of the trees, but like the bamboo strokes, some things, and yeah, some things on the mountain. Yeah, use the small characters to make the leaves and the trees and the tree trunk, and the rock part. And he used the real characters for the big image of the, for the rock there. Something for the whole thing. Yeah. He did. It's like not the regular, we say during the painting, and it's the paintings, the calligraphy. Yeah, thank you, Henry. Yeah, yeah, so yeah, like that. Not the regular like the we said calligraphy stroke on the painting. He's tried to use more calligraphy like, more character like. See, like this thing, some like the rock we didn't learn yet, but some simple characters and some like parts of the characters, and some the elements like the radical or some elements of the characters that and combine them and as elements and become like the painting or something. Yeah. And Henry is writing the character for the stone, and the red line is stone. So you can tell lots of here down underneath and the bottom here is a black stone. Use some characters. It's interesting anyway. So
that's what I was trying to do with the bamboo, is make it look like bamboo.
Yeah, some things
yeah,
like that.
Cool.
Anyway, just I saw. I'm glad to see the homework. I mean, lots of people did to combine things, even in mind or any kind of the way to combine it. Yeah, the idea. I'm glad to see that. You just play with that, and also I said. We are doing things, beyond the language, of course, and yeah, I'm very good. I see lots of the homework, and I gave some suggestions, and I appreciate your homework very much the part of the artistic part, and also I can see you are having fun with doing that. Yeah, that's the most important things. I think we are not doing things for like the very quick to see the achievements and got a certificate and then we can you know, find our career to do some things earning money. You know, we're not doing that. We're doing some artistic things to, you know, some even the I appreciate to do something or learn some things by practicing, like the spending time very meditative, or you know, for the practicing things, the kind of a physical exercise a little bit, but not very exhausted, you know, and also some a little bit of mental things, but not very exhausted, you know, thinking of very philosophical things, just a little bit for your concentration, you know, some kind of role there are. It's just a good. Okay, today we are learning two more characters. The first one. Which one go first? T or Zan? Let's do T first.
Yeah.
Because we learned something already here. Okay. You got the handout, right? You see my cursor here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
The character, very interesting. I think we learned something with this grass top as a radical. Top can be on the top. I mean, radical can be on the top. Usually means this kind of, you know, belongs to this grass radical. We learned from the character of the flower. So yeah, also indicated lots of like plants belonging thing with this radical. So radical can be on top or sometimes on the left-hand side, because we write from left to the right. One thing. Okay, I found the on the Susan Raymond homework. Where's Susan? Hi, Susan Raymond. Yeah, one thing I tried to quickly explain, because I saw your banner, wonderful banner for your 90-year-old mother's birthday. The design is beautiful, and I found that you switched the character, the order of the birthday, the birth and the day. I think the reason probably because when I demo it, the sample, the Chinese way, the old traditional way, if I write horizontally, the order is from right to left. So
I thought I had
when you bring it to the vertical, it's very easy, you know, I forgot the way, or I didn't speak clearly. Yeah. And you switch that because the order traditional way is from right to left.
Okay.
So should be the birth first and the day the second. Yeah, that's why you switch that. Suddenly I realized the way I give sample. Yeah, because from right to the left, if horizontally traditionally. Anyway, this T with grass top. And then, okay, I will do it first and I will explain. I think our time is very limited, and the reason we have this room class is better get chance to, I'm writing in front of you guys. You can watch the process of writing instead of things just on the copybook. So this is a standard. Okay, never forget to change the scene to my desk. Okay, wet the brush and dip in ink. Some people I saw lots of smearing on the paper. One thing is you need to control the speed, not too slow. And the other thing I think probably caused by when you totally dip in the water, after that thoroughly wet in the water, of course, and then you need to kind of dry it before you dip in the ink. Otherwise, you diluted the ink. That causes the smearing. Okay, the grass top first. And for the like two things together, you try to do things a little bit different. And even in the two cross here, you do the in this case, you do the I see the horizontal stronger, and do the vertical a little bit, not perfect straight, right? It's the two verticals. Not perfect, like a perpendicular to things. A little bit like the hold together, like when we write like the bamboo thing, like a two vertical, not the perfect, straight. Instead, for the whole balancing, for the whole character, need a little bit, like inner towards or center towards things, like these things, a little bit this way, this way. Hi Hugh, did you hear me? So I said for the bamboo things, you're practicing, instead of doing this way for the two vertical, can do a little bit of, this way to hold them together for the whole balancing of that. Okay, the top of the grass top, and then this slant. Okay, to the left, we always call the slant, and to the right, we call press. They are actually not just different direction, they are different strokes. So one is kind of gradually lifting, kind of the sweeping, but slowly. The other is big press there. So not just different direction. And underneath the bottom is the other word of the wood. The wood, W-O-O-D, wood. So horizontal first, and then vertical. Pause and back a little bit, change the direction, and gradually lift, kind of stretch out for make the hook. And then two dots with some direction, like, this way to hold it together, like this way. On the bottom, normally like that. That's the word for T. Yeah, actually, let me, we can, how to say, to subdivision some things for these characters. So the top is the grass top with two, actually like the like two cross, right? We say that like two cross here, help you to remember. Actually, the middle is the character, very like the character of the, we say the number 8. Did we say the characters for in Chinese, this is 1, right? Or 1 horizontal stroke, and this is 2, and this is 3. I think once we said this is the 3, and I don't know why this is the slant and the press. This is 8. This is number 8. So people, when they the finger like that, actually reverse. It says 8. We do that. It says 8. The number. the number 8. Can you see that? Yeah, this is the number. This is number 8. Yes, this is the number 8. This is the number 8. So, and okay, this T okay, there is the saying in Chinese. We say this is the with the some number of the longevity. I mean, long live. Why? There's a lots of a number there. That's me count. that count it. Okay, this is we say the cross,
Victoria,
right? Okay, this is the number for 10. Just one horizontal one and plus one vertical.
Anybody has a question?
I just had a
For me?
question. I had a question, Victoria.
What are you saying?
I just wanted to know.
Okay, this is the number. This is the number 10. This is the 10. This is the Chinese word for 10.
Yeah. Victoria, can I just ask a question? Those dots that you do.
I can hear you. Is there anybody?
The dots that you do down at the bottom.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, how are you? Those dots that you do down at the bottom. The dots.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
There's like different types of dots, but I'm never sure which direction or where you lift the brush. Can you just go over the different dots that you do?
Okay. The dots on the bottom side, normally with some direction. If two of them normally we do like a hold like that way. Like we do the once we do the happy, underneath. I think Emily, your name.
Okay, but there's different.
I saw your name there.
There's different types of dots, and when you sometimes they have a point to them, which goes in a different direction.
Okay, in this case, if I want to do this direction, right, and I range up with this direction, and I do this and end up like that. Okay, I'll do over. Okay, and end up that. And end up that. If I do this direction of this kind, okay, I press this way and I turn my brush this way counterwise and end up like that. So 2 dots on the bottom of a character. Usually we do dot and the dot like that. Or sometimes we have the water radical. It's called the water radical with 4 dots on the bottom. We didn't learn the character yet, but since you bring up these questions, I can speak more. Yeah, 4 characters. Normally we do like that. 1, like we do before, 1. And 2, this direction a little bit smaller, and the other one kind of the same, helped, and then the bigger one. If we do 4 like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you put the stroke different, brush different direction. Okay, sorry to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, to do some over to show your directions like that. Okay, I'll continue to do this. Okay,
but Victoria,
Sophie, yeah,
Victoria,
yes.
There's also like dots that have tails to them, but they go in different directions.
Not on the standard writing. It shows the a little bit, but not the real big tail. But on the walking style, probably shows a little bit of tail thing to indicate the tendency of next stroke or next character to start. Okay, I will explain more for this T. So here is the T. So I said the longevity, some numbers here, okay? So 10, right? 10, the cross 10, and the other 10, right? So 20, and I said, what's that? 8, right? 8. The other 10, right? If without hook, the other 10, right? Like a cross. Okay, can these two dots can be another 8 like thing, right? So in Chinese, so this is 8, and this is 80. So this is 80. Okay, so this is 88. Agree? Okay, and plus 20. So 2 cross 10, 10, 20, right? 20. We have exactly the character for 20 like that. 2 cross, but put them together.
Victoria,
Yes.
on the 8, you know, the slant out to the right,
To the
it
right.
doesn't go to a point like some of the others. Is that correct? Or is it supposed to? Or is it just more straight?
For the writing, say again your question, for the direction or for the dot, it can be the dot. When you're riding like a walking or running, can be the pressing and the lifting. Some people write like a dot, but still this direction.
Oh, okay.
Like for the 8.
But you know, when some of the strokes that we have made, we go down to the right side, and then just kind of slowly twist the brush and lift so that it comes to a point. On this one, doesn't look like we do that.
For the press, if for the for the stroke of we call the press, after biggest press, yes, we need to gradually lift it and bring it eventually at the end to the point. But for the dot, we need back to, you know, like that, and not to the tip. Not to the tip. For the dot, it's not to the tip. And for same direction, for the 8, for the even other characters, can be some people like to write as the press, or some people like to write it become the dot. It's all possible. And yeah, and okay, so I explained limited the topic and the time. Otherwise, I cannot finish my my talking. Okay, so for this is this T contains, what's the number? Did we count? So 80, 20, right? 10, 10, 20, and 88, and 88. So 88 plus 20, 108. Anyway, good seeing though. Also help you to learn the character to remember the stroke it, and you learn a lot. You know, you learn the number 10, you learn the 8, and you learn the, in the concept. This without hook can be look like image of the the 10, and this is whole thing actually the wood. Okay, this is the longevity word for the T. And with the grass top, and let's see the running style. I mean the walking style of the T. You see my curse, right? Become walking style. The stroke order. Lots of time for the faster, for the speedy riding, for the convenient. Order changed. And also you can maintain the order. That's not the serious the rule. And but put less pressing for the because for the faster riding, right? So you can try. I encourage you to try if you get these principles. So I saw the Emily's homework shows like the crying the word. I just showed standard because I didn't think any people really wanted to write the meaning for crying, but good practicing for that. Yeah, she become the her understanding based on her understanding of the walking, and she did it great. And I just said based on the basic principle of less pressing. So this one even changed the order of the stroke. Let's see this first. So do this first. Okay, for the that's my screen. For the grass top, it's two cross. We do normally like that, right? The order on the standard, but also some people do the order like that, put them together, since like two cross in one, two, and then lots of people do that. And also when you do the walking style, order changed, do like the two horizontal one, and then two vertical one, and then horizontal one. And even different order, do the horizontal one first, and then the vertical one, connect other vertical one, and connect the slant one, and a little bit, not really hook, but just shows the connection, and become not very strong, this one kind of a dot thing, and very quick it become to write the word one, the other like 10, and then the two dots shows connection for that. So that's the walking style. Let me do it again. So I try to show something over, yeah. So yeah, because I want to explain things, because the other word last time I shows the other form of the characters, and I'm not encouraging you to really know that characters for the cursive style of the laughing smile, but Emily asked the question. See, I didn't see the logic among the connection of that. You are right, because I didn't say very clear. That's a different form of the character, not the same stroke. I will explain later. So I want to do the explain the logical things, you know, in between the connection, why become that kind of things. Okay, so I will do it again for the walking style of the T. So vertical, I mean, horizontal unconnected of the two of the vertical things and the slant things, and then very quick do the wood things underneath. You know, and sometimes some people do look at the sample, do these press things a little bit, you know, for the whole thing different, a little bit, not omit, not the make it, you know, do a little bit, not very strong. For the whole thing balance. You know, something indicated, but of course you want to do like a one side emphasis on, and the other, you know, side not very, I mean, like flip things. So walking style, you see the whole thing, you need to consider whole thing like a sturdy, like the gesture. Okay, let's do the cursive style. Yes, now we know the logic become, I mean, the connection of the logically from the standard to the walking. And then let's see to the running style, cursive style. So the order changed again. Two vertical things first, and then a little bit horizontal. However, some people's writing, this is famous calligrapher, some people like the horizontal one a little bit longer, you know. Let's do the order. Two horizontal one, even like the two dots, and then very quick do the horizontal one, and then I'm sorry, two vertical one. I say horizontal one, yeah, two vertical one and the horizontal one, and then the two dots become kind of the circle-ish thing. You know, instead of like two dots, bottom like that. So after the vertical, do that. Or some people actually like to do the after the vertical, do that, or do very quick that. It's also possible. Anyway, shows more about the more fluent, the bottom thing, instead of the this kind of things only shows the tendency of the brush goes, the stroke goes, and this can symbolize for even this thing, instead of two dots, do the kind of a circle thing. But you try to do some things a little bit, you know, pause or squarish on the two dots places, instead of a perfect, like the radius wrong things. Not perfect wrong. Yeah, shows some things a little bit, you know, path things will be beautiful. Yeah, look at the sample, it shows as well, like especially the last kind of dot thing shows a little bit. Okay, so change the order for faster writing, and for the, you know, convenient writing, and for beauty can be changed. Normally grass top, like the two vertical things, like two dots, and then a little bit horizontal one, and become the next stroke, and then become like that. Not beautiful. Yeah, here a little bit too thin. Anyway, that's the T. Yeah, to look at the sample and try to do the more confident and more comfortable for your whole thing of the stroke connected together and to write it. And also the other word is the Zen. Okay, this is the standard form, standard writing for the Zen. Left-hand side is the, we call radical. Radical of the sacrifice things. And there are lots of word. That's lots of word. Original the characters is like that. It's like that. The character like that. This is the like the things for the for sacrifice things, and this is kind of the pole, the stone, the marble or anything with the pole, and this is like the not desk, table or things, and some things on the top. So bring it to the radical like our sample, and the character is like that is to show people, to display some things for individual characters nowadays, the meaning. But original meaning, this is the meaning of the sacrifice things. So lots of word like how do I say, for the diminished thing, like the word for God, and the word, even the word blessing or the wish with this kind of radical. And on the right hand side, actually this single word is the single. It's the word for single. So put them together, it's Zan. As radical, write like that. Dot first. And then I have my screen right, yeah, my desk. And then horizontal. And then back a little bit to do the slant to the left. And then vertical. It's here. When you do vertical, connect with other stroke with the horizontal one or the slant one. At the start, you do want to the big, like a dog bone, like the big head, the big paws. They are very showy. You just want to do the very light touch of that, like we do bamboo thing, like a connect. So when the connect place, you do not want to do the big head here for the vertical. And the mouth, two mouth radical here. And I said, if do the mouth one, try to do a little bit, the bottom side a little bit smaller, so not very stiff, perfect square. So a little bit, like the big shoulder and the smaller, like the waist here for beautiful. So not very perfect square, do that. Not like that. This is not not beautiful enough, not beautiful enough. So do this kind of things. And the other things. And the center horizontal. Seal it. And another horizontal. Okay, you see this, you can very easy to tell this vertical should be very strong, and as we said, the dominated the whole character. Like the big pole to stand things, or the human beings spying things like that. This is the, I missed, sorry when I talk, I missed one dot here, I realized. I missed one dot, right again. So left part is the sacrifice radical. Normally indicated things like with the wish, blessing, God, some divinity things. And the right part, this word is the word for the single, or by yourself, or lonely, or like even the single layer, we call single layer, single show on rice paper means a single layer. All right again, the sacrifice radical. A dot, do not forget it. I forgot it. Two mouth. And when you do, two parts like left hand side and right hand side, do not do exactly the, the same length. Normally the radical part a little bit smaller. Okay, that's the standard. And then see how big change become the walking style. We say normally. So this even change the order and simplify the kind of the image. Okay, for the sacrifice radical, dot still there, but do the other different. So dot and do the like that. Horizontal connect to vertical, and then the slant become a little back, and no specific dot here. Okay, just connect other. So, and then like become like a two dots thing instead of a two mouth. So do these things, I will do it again for the radical things, change the order and simplify the whole image stroke. Dot, horizontal, connect vertical, and then start the, like a little bit of press here and back hook a little bit to do next one. Yeah, two mouths become two mouths here become just two dots. And this is for the, just to show the tendency and keep the main stroke of the dots. This very common writing. too weak, too quick at the end. Okay, this is the walking style, and see the big change for the two top mouth thing become the two dots, and also the whole radical thing become this kind of the writing. Is very common. Yeah, you will learn that later in other characters as well. Let's see the. Missed it again. So this is a even more, simple, and almost the same for the radical thing. Dot. I didn't change things, sorry. Okay. Dot. And this part almost the same. See to that. And the two dots didn't change, but this part even more simplified. Do this one and the back a little bit, and that's kind of circle thing, but we know we are doing the vertical now. And change the order back for the last horizontal thing. So lots of walking style, lots of running style, change the order of last stroke for the easier or more fluent for doing the next character, the writing vertically to the next character. And so become vertical first, and then back to finish the horizontal stroke here. But we know this stroke indicated this part indicated vertical one, and this back indicated the horizontal one. And this whole thing here become like that. Only do that indicated horizontal one, and back a little bit for do the some things in center, and then become vertical one. And then horizontal to finish it and do the next thing, That's the logic for that. So let's try to more about that. And we know, try to practice that. And, you need to concentrate on that. And, the next movement, you need know a little bit, ahead. So otherwise you want to do it very good, very, looks hesitant. Some skills on your hand and some things in your mind a little bit. The horizontal one and this one and back a little bit. So I think you can tell some running style. Even some place like that part is very simple, but the calligrapher, the master, and the people's you want to do that. Sometimes some places they keep it very simple, and some places just maintain very clear, and like dot, the dot they want to do little the later very fast doing or that very image like thing, but this dot very clear, try to do some things as clear, to better the whole balancing. Not very good. See this vertical not be too long, kind of. And some rows depend on how it changed from come from the standard style, and some just become your version of the aesthetics, the beautiful you designed. And every time when you do that, a little bit, different, and you need to judge the whole thing. Especially the walking style and the running style. So not just the one stroke, the whole thing balancing. Not good at all, because these vertical things for the whole thing doesn't has to be perfect straight. So this is just a little bit like this kind of tendency to hold a center towards things just perfect. But this stroke actually not the straight or not straight problem, but a little bit shows too weak here and not fluent by this time. Just not good. I don't like it. Anyway, you just practice, and just enjoy the practicing, enjoy the, yeah. Okay, why they put the the word to put the T and the Zen together, and that is the story. And Henry, did you help me to put the story there at the chat room? Oh, okay, yeah. Let's say the like a one master, Zhao Zhou, Zen master, and when the monk asked him, can you tell me what's the meaning for the Zen? And the master said, take some tea. And ask other questions, take some tea. Okay, eventually that's become story, and the phrase, I think probably most of you, you know that already. Put them together and they say, taste the tea and taste life. Taste the tea, and because one physical thing and the other kind of the spiritual thing, taste the tea and the taste or feel, taste the thing and the feel, feel of your life, or not really thinking of, taste the life. Or some people say that when people to do like the Zen without eating, without sleeping, and only tea, together, go together with your Zen doing thing, and they both have the meaning of the quiet quarantine and things like that. So that's why we put the together for Zen and the T, the two words. They both can be the display and the show, the single word. They are beautiful, and for the meaning and for the image, and also you can the meaning, put them together. And later I think I will put the Chan, Cha, Yi, Wei, like taste, put them together. It's beautiful. You can do the banner or do the things, or even in your mind, they are together. And when I brew my tea, every morning, and just I don't call it waste time. Just very early morning when to drink tea and doing nothing. I can say that during my Zen, or sometimes I just sit there and look at my garden a little bit. My orchids grows a little bit, and just doing nothing. And I like the time like that, drinking my tea. And also one of my friend said, the Chinese do very simply to brew the tea, to put some, like the very original tea leaves, a pinch of tea leaves, just drop them in the teapot, or even the glass, and then or the porcelain in the teacup, and then fill in the boiling water there. That's the easiest way for Chinese to brew their tea every morning. And the tea leaves up and down, for the very first minute. And my friends say, oh, okay, my tea, oh, it's like my life, oh, how beautiful, up and down, up and down, and eventually sink. Oh, I let it sink, and okay, now very sturdy, very quiet. Anyway, well, we put the things together, the Zen and the tea. And also, you probably know the word like the taste tea and taste the life. Anyway, any questions? Let you two do some interactivities.
Victoria, would you do the walking style of tea once more, please?
Mm-hmm. The order of the walking style, I know lots of people like a walking style because still people think it's recognizable, not just for the beauty, as also want to be recognizable. Do the vertical, horizontal first. And then one vertical, very clear, and the other vertical just connect with the biggest slant, and back a little bit for the that one, and do the word one. Not really emphasis on the pressing stroke, the second stroke of the number 8, not concentrated on that, but just the tendency of this slant stroke, and then back a little bit, and very quick, ready for the underneath, the wood one. As I said, some place simplified, and some stroke very detailed, and some very clear shows the original for recognize, for being recognized, and some just don't care. Or some people do a little bit more on this for more for people to recognize it, but basically like that, and the order of the grass top like that, connect with this.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And who else I heard at the same time ask questions? Susan, are you? No.
I was just wondering if it would be sort of the same as stop and smell the roses of the tea story. We have a saying to stop and smell roses. So it's like, it's sort of spiritual and factual also. Yeah. I love that story. Thank you.
Yes. I always say for the calligraphy, there are lots of things behind. Beyond just the language, beyond the character, character writing. Lots of things. But yeah, I see it in my class, and I saw it on our homework. You started to do that. From different I think different aspect. I'm very happy to see that. And one thing is very interesting. Some things, when I saw the Emily's the character of the crying, it's nothing wrong, but I always feel the character when I looked at I post that on our website online class. You can see that I will see it shows happy. It shows happiness. It's not crying. It's very interesting, and I'm kept thinking why the character the crying shows that way. And anyway, I just want to say when people feel good and the good mood, they write things with a happy looking, not crying, not sad at all. It's very interesting though. Later I probably someday I will do some things like introduce a little bit every time, like for the Bada Shanren, he explain some things about the crying and the laughing or smiling, things shows just by writing the kind of the different way to shows the different mood. Anyway, I'm glad to see you are doing lots of things. At least shows you are doing things. You're having fun with doing that, and you find lots of fun or lots of abilities, lot of your other side or some things yourself. I think that's the things, and I'm happy to find some things we can do things together. We have some interests, yeah. And any questions? Lulu, I saw your homework. Thank you.
I have a question, Victoria.
Yeah.
On the 8.
8.
Can you do those slowly so we can see slowly how that's just the 8 is written? Please, thank you.
Okay, anything you place like that is 8. Is 8, and you try to do the left side slant a little bit less strong, and the right hand side stronger. That's 8. That's 8. So the right hand side, when you do standard very seriously, can be a bigger press. That's too big. Lost balance. But when you do quick, like a walking style, can be kind of the dot as well.
Very good.
Yeah, you can do quick. Like even people do like two dots. 2 dots can be 8 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter. That's why underneath of the bottom of the T, when we count the number, those 2 dots can be the 8. So 108 longevity for the T characters writing, and with the grass top, 2 crosses. The 2 cross, not exactly 2 cross, right? We said first is because that's why grass top is a 2 sprouts thing, for plants. That's why later straight become 2 cross. This is grass top with grass radical. normally on top. Yes, they are on top. Mm-hmm. Okay, any other question? Martin, do you have question? Oh, I cannot hear you. You unmute yourself if you have a question. And Charles, Daniels, you have a question?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, because
Very good.
yeah, because I like to ask. We have only we have two boys here. Yes, ladies, we are all very talkative, and so I ask questions for the two gentlemen. Okay, so Andrea Wellsby, are you there? Still there? Okay, probably not there. And who else? So Sophia, I saw lots of progress you have been making from the start. You tell me your homework with the pencil tracing first, and then you fill in the stroke. And then recent, I saw homework, you just get rid of that. I mean, the grid things for the border, and also for the, like the English flag thing. And some people like to use first, of course, sometimes help you to manage things. And eventually you will feel like after a couple of practicing, you will feel that kind of, bothers you. Actually, the real reason is for whole thing balancing. You judge it. Besides the very first, you don't know where to go this stroke to need the reference of that gray, English flag, the great thing. Yeah, later you judge a little bit different by your version looking. And also, okay, one thing I almost forgot. We see we learned the word moon and the sun, the day. The two characters, we see Chinese characters, they are square and or rectangular. We all have that grid there. But also for the perfect writing, there is something different. For the sun, we do a little bit, because it's from the, from this kind of things. We did it more squarish. In other words, bigger or fat, more, more fatty. But for the moon, we do a little bit slant, or a little bit longer, because we choose the image for the moon is for the crescent, not the whole round thing. So we do the moon like that. So more longer, and this more shorter. This from the sun image, and this from the not the round perfect moon, from the crescent. So this fairly longer and thinner. I mean, for the whole character, narrower. For the whole shape. Like that. Okay. And well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the whole thing of calligraphy, and also I hope you can keep doing that and keep the interest for that, and we need to sign up for the next section of the 4 classes. Almost stay the same, and of course each class do 2 more characters, and we will gradually do more like the words, put 2 characters together. And even in one character, like the couple of elements, they are individually character themselves. And we'll put like 2 characters together or 3 characters together. See, we have some more fun. And I'm happy to see you are starting to put them like the image like it, or put the combine with the painting already. You know, you can just think of everything. And each time we will learn like 2 more characters. Of course, learn some principles as well, gradually build up. Okay, and
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for the for come to the class, and thank you for your interests. And class is over for this time, and hope you have interest to join the next section. And I think Henry put the link there, and later probably email for you to more community to sign up. And thank you. I'm happy.
Okay.
Thank you, Victoria.
Bye.
Thank you.
Really
Bye.
enjoyed it.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Susan Mary, and
Yes.
one thing I want to tell you, because the reason actually, even you didn't show me your homework, and the last time I saw you did the feng shui on the couple of image of what's that, a dragon or on tattoo thing or some things.
What?
On a feng shui on the background things. What's
Yeah.
that?
That's Suminagashi marbling,
Oh, okay.
pink
And
marbling.
also, and once, and the very first, and I forgot to tell you. I always want to tell you. I forgot. And the sky writing, the tian, the sky writing. You know, 2 horizontal one, and this one slant, and this one press. Remember this word? What's
Yep.
that? And one that the homework you put on the classroom, and I say, oh, it's very good. And I just and I took a picture there, and I shared with my my friend Calligrapher, my friend Christopher.
Really?
And I said, how beautiful! See what I got. My American, my Zoom student, American, not Chinese. See what's her writing, and all of a sudden, his first answer, he first answers, these students has practiced Chinese calligraphy for a long time, not a short time, right?
Really?
I said, yes. Is that good? And he said, yes. I said, tell from which stroke. And what he said is from the slant. And see, with some very slowly, but with some very free and controlled, some, bouncing and controlled, lifting, some things like that. For the new student or the new people to try, very stiff, sweeping, things. Did get the whole thing yet, so need to be fluent and controlled, fluent but not very in hurry. So it shows on the trace, shows everything, even one stroke. Even one stroke. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting.
I have a comment. I think you need to reserve the power, not show your power 100% or even 110%. Just show your power like with only 40%. So people can see you have the potential, but not to expose all the power.
Okay.
Yeah, well, something sounds sounds very philosophical. Anyway, it shows, you know, probably things not very in hurry to finish it and show people how much I learned. You know, it naturally shows. It naturally shows. Anyway, I just want to let you know how people comments, how calligraphy comments your strokes and your calligraphy. And anyway, let you go.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
See you next week. Thank
Yes.
you.